Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Psychic Goddess Erica, coming to you today with the June forecast for the collective. And as always, I just want to remind you guys that even though this is for June, you can watch this no matter what month it is. If you are drawn to it, this forecast or any of the previous ones from previous months prior, if you feel drawn to it, go ahead and click on it. I do this all the time. Same with the pick a card readings. If you're drawn to it, select a card regardless of the timing, because there's a message in it for you. So it was either April or May, and I was drawn to the March forecast for whatever reason. Still, I don't always remember what I say in them, so I actually do go back and listen, so because I'm channeling in the moment. So it was April or May, I forget which. I remember I was in the 4th week of one of those months, and I was drawn to the March one, which had obviously passed. So I just clicked on week 4 of that March forecast, and everything still applied to week 4 of that month that I was in at that time. So again, if you're drawn to any of the ones I've done before, whatever week you're currently in, like if you're in week 1 of whatever month you're in and you're drawn to December's forecast for some reason, your spirit's calling you to it, go ahead and click week 1 of that month. Same with the pick a card. So anyway, this is for June 2021. Forecast for the collective. May the message resonate with anyone and everyone who sees it whenever they see it. Like I said, this is timeless, even though it has a time on it. If you're drawn to it, there's a message in it for you. And I'm going to be putting the timestamps to go to each week below in the description. But as you guys know already, well, most of you, if you've been tuning into my channel for a bit, what I do is I do a general message for the month in the beginning. Then I go to weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then timestamps. Like if you're watching this at different times throughout the month, you can go back and re-listen or do a refresher, whatever you want to do. Or if you want to listen to the whole thing again, that's fine. Today I'm working with two of my decks. This is the Archer's Love Oracle deck. This can be for romantic love, or it could be for self-love, love overall, all kinds of love. And I'm also working with my Archer's Answers Oracle deck. And if you're interested in getting either of these, the information on that will be down below in the description. That's on makeplaincards.com/sell, SELL/Psychic Goddess Erica. That's Erica with a K, ERIKA. Since I'm already talking about Make Plain Cards, I'm also going to be working with the Pastel Rider-Waite Tarot, which I happen to find. This is also on makeplaincards.com, but I do not know her exact link. So if you just Google Pastel Rider-Waite Tarot, it should come up and take you there if you're interested in this one. And then this is the Guidance Oracle cards. I'm not going to shout out who because I'm trying to get away. I plan on replacing this, but you know, I still work with it. I still do like it. I just don't want to support that particular individual by moving forward. Trying not to anyway. Don't want to talk too much about it. Anyway, so yeah, that's what is going on. And again, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let's go ahead and get into the general messages for the collective for June 2021, or whenever you see this, if you're drawn to it. Truth be told, universal messages for the collective. May it resonate with anyone and everyone who sees it whenever they see it. Truth be told. Okay, so the first message is true love. So June is a reflection on self-inventory, checking in to what does true love mean to you. True love in a sense of how the relationships in your life and even how you treat yourself are a reflection and a mirror of how you view yourself, the wounds that you may or may not have overcome, you know, maybe relating back to how you give and receive love beginning from your childhood to now, you know, looking into the connections in your life, are they reflecting back true love to you, or are they reflecting back a attachment wound or a trauma bond, or just them being there because you're comfortable, but it's not like deep down you know that there's better for you? Or maybe it's unrequited, unreciprocal love, like you're not getting back what you deserve. So needing to reflect on what is true love to you, so that you can either move on from those situations or focus on self-love. It's definitely about looking into how you love yourself as well. Are you giving yourself true love? Are you loving yourself the way you deserve? And if you're in a happy, healthy, loving connection that feels like true love, and it's peaceful and it flows, it's not forced, it's not reflecting wounds and cycles of the same pattern that doesn't progress over and over and over. If you are in a true love situation and it is progressing and it is growing, you know, there's still things to learn in it. There's still room to evolve. And what is it still teaching you about you? Like, how is it teaching you of what true love is that maybe you can continue to apply to help yourself or to help others learn what true love is? And also, are you truly, again, taking care of yourself, self-love, true love, giving yourself the true love you deserve in June? That is the first message. Let's see what else is coming through. Universal messages for the collective. May they resonate with anyone and everyone who sees it, whenever they see it, truth be told. And then we have returning. The energy of returning. And I also thought retrograde. We are in retrograde season. And even if you're watching this at a time because you were drawn to this video and it's not June and it's not retrograde season, then it's more the symbolic energy of what retrograde season is, of going backwards, returning in this case, to reflect. Reflecting back on, maybe you're reflecting back on past love or past relationships or past ways that you didn't love yourself the way that you should have. Maybe you're reflecting back on the things that are coming to the surface that are reflecting back to you what still needs to be healed, what still needs to be worked through, what still needs to be resolved, what closure needs to be had, what communication needs to be cleared up, what truth needs to be seen, things of that nature. Returning back to those things is the energy coming back up and resurfacing in June. Let's see what else is going on. Ooh. Truth be told. Universal message for the collective. May it resonate with anyone and everyone who sees it, whenever they see it, truth be told. We have, I don't want to mispronounce her name, so feel free to help me out in the comments below if you know how to pronounce this properly. Ixchel, I think is how you pronounce, but it's the energy of the medicine woman. And so she is helping us out throughout June, okay? Her energy is around, and it's the energy of the medicine woman. And whether you identify as male or female, or I think the term is non-binary, whatever, it doesn't matter. We all have divine feminine, divine masculine energy. And so the medicine woman is coming up for you to tap into that divine feminine in order to heal your emotions, to tap into your intuition, to let things flow, to let the answers flow through you and to you in terms of what needs to be done in this retrograde period, whether you're looking at this during the actual retrograde season, or whether you are, you know, seeing this later on and it's more of the symbolic energy of what retrograde season represents. The message here on the bottom is you are a channel for divine healing power. And that is something that we all need to remember in June. On top of that, for some of you, this could be you turning to a medicine woman for help as well. And again, this medicine woman, let's say medicine person, but this person is someone who has a lot of divine feminine energy within them. Maybe you are turning to somebody to help you out with all of that in June, which would be a beautiful thing, because we're all going through that cleansing, that healing, that process of reflecting and purging in June. June is also a 6 vibration. The number 6 it does reflect to the Lover's card of the Major Arcana in Tarot, which is about, again, the message, going back to that message of true love that came up earlier. And the Lover's card is not always about romance. It can be, but it's about decisions from the heart. It's about looking at what the relationships in your life are mirroring back to you or teaching you about you and yourself, reflecting into how you, like the reflection of how you are loving yourself, and for a lot of people, how they are recreating relationships, trying to fix an old one. So by that, what I mean is, if you find yourself dating the same person over and over and over, and it's not progressing to where you would like, there's a lesson in it of you needing to reflect back, return to, which was the other message, returning, going back into retrograde to that original situation in your life that made you feel the way that up and down connection is making you feel now. What is the first experience that you can remember that made you feel that way? Because you're recreating that scenario over and over and over, subconsciously thinking that if you can make it work now, you will heal that original wound. Heal the original wound, and then break free or take space from connections, relationships, even how you treat yourself that is no longer serving you. But the Lovers on the positive side, everything has a shadow and a light. Lovers on a positive side also can be reflecting for those that are in healthy, happy connections, and you know who you are. So be honest with yourself about where you find yourself in the scale. For those of you that are in healthy, happy connections, this can mean that June is bringing that harmonious energy. It can be more romance for you guys. It can be getting closer, growing closer, evolving, elevating each other within the connection, going to that next level of commitment, things like that on the positive side of the number 6. But also the number 6 brings about needing, when it comes to like financial matters, it represents an energy of like finances or material matters or the ego. So if you are worried about like money or things like that, well then what can you do to work on saving money or sticking to a budget or manifesting more money without dwelling on the fear of it or scarcity, releasing poverty mindset, releasing scarcity mindset, because remember, your thoughts become things, and the energy of what you think about, you bring about, you know, all of those things tied to the spiritual law of attraction, which is, it's real. It's all, money is energy. So if you're fearing it and dwelling in this energy of not having enough money or whatever it might be, it won't progress. And also, some of you, if you're holding on too tight, remember, money is energy. It's supposed to flow. So be smart about how you're letting your money flow, but you still can't like keep it stagnant. So that's another energy coming through with the number 6 for June. And also June can be related to matters of the ego. So again, kind of ties into the retrograde energy of the fears, the insecurities, addictions, obsessions that need to be overcome and healed to work through. And again, addictions, you could be addicted or obsessive about, like, you know, whatever thoughts you continuously have that you're worried about. You could be addicted or obsessed with a person, with food, you know, with a substance, with something that you do, a behavior that is not necessarily good for you. So it's a time to reflect on healing and purging and releasing those things as well in June. Maybe you need to take space or a break from something. Maybe you need to do a fast. Maybe you need to start a new exercise program. Maybe you need to start therapy, things like that. But let's see what else is coming through. Universal messages for the collective may resonate with anyone and everyone who sees it whenever they see it, truth be told. Oh, week 2 came out with lots of messages. I'll take them all. But we're still in the general messages. Don't get confused just because I said that. We're still in the general messages for June. The Magician is coming up. So June is a time of focusing on the self. Remember, it's a number 1. Remembering the power is within you. You hold all the tools needed and necessary to make changes in your life. You hold all the tools needed and necessary to manifest your reality, to manifest your happiness, to manifest whatever it is that you desire to create within this world, within your world. So remember that power is strong in June. So So it's a time to more so, again, tap back into self, so that you can then create the world, your world, as you see fit. Basically, tap into your power, use your power. Maybe you want to study and learn different techniques of manifestation to see what works for you, you know, whatever you need to do. Now, let's go ahead and tap into each week. So for week 1, the first message is to get excited for the future. I like to think of each day as a reboot. The past is gone, the future's not here yet. So if you can, every day in June, if you can, think about that in terms of it being that present moment, being your time to get excited for what you're manifesting with the magician power into the future, then do so. Get excited for the blessings that are coming. I just heard Spirit say the worst is over. Even if you're still going through a tough time, for some of you, the worst is over. So it's time to get excited for the future and what's coming, because you have another chance. Maybe this is why I felt the message I had to say earlier. You have another chance at life. As long as you're here, as long as you're waking up, if you're seeing this video, you know, every day is another chance at life, another chance to get started and excited for the future. You hold the power to cut away the BS of the past, to cut away the toxic people, the toxic environments, the toxic traits that you have, still the toxic behaviors, whatever it is. You hold the power, the Ace of Swords, to cut all that out, to cut away what's no longer needed, but then to also know that you're protected, you're divinely protected, you know, or to call upon divine protection over yourself as you tap in to, you know, it is a bit of what you're going through spiritually for a lot of you. It can be challenging, but you hold all the tools to take care of yourself, basically, to protect you and yours, is what Spirit just said. Also, if you need to communicate clearly with yourself and others in whatever way that is needed, or however that resonates with you, then do so in that first week. A lot of you are going to be receiving a lot of inspiration. I just heard them say like a windfall of inspiration and ideas for some of you. A lot on your head, a lot in your head, a lot on your mind that needs to be expressed, and it's the time to do so. And it's a time to communicate in an effective way. It's not like try to keep all of your thoughts, Spirit is saying, concise, is that the right word? Concise, and express directly what these ideas are, and to act on these ideas as well. A lot of you are going to be receiving a lot of downloads from Spirit, like communication coming straight from Spirit, from Source, that are telling you what's the pathway to go and what to do. And because of that, you may want to create a sacred space for yourself in your home, or a place it may be outside, it may be a location that you go to that is sacred to you, and it's the perfect time to go there and to talk to your guides, to speak with your higher self, to tap into your intuition, to communicate with your ancestors. Maybe you guys need to, and right here it's saying create an altar or visit a powerful place to connect with the divine, is the message for the first week of June. Definitely time to do that. Maybe some of you want to do some candle magic, and I have a few videos up on my page on my YouTube of different techniques that I have for candle magic, if you're curious about that. Going into week 2, the first message is cohabitation. So for some of you, you may be moving or considering moving. For some of you, this could be a relocation of a job. For some of you, this could be, you know, whoever you spend time with in a close basis, consistently, cohabitating at work with your coworkers, cohabitating at home with whoever you live with, even if it's for a short period of time. Like, let's say you're on a vacation, you're staying in somebody else's home, or you're staying in a hotel and you have to cohabitate for a certain amount of time. This is about reflecting on the connections that you spend, like keeping a close network with and cohabitate with. Even if it's like for some of you, I just heard, even if it's like a virtual home, like a social media, like who you are allowing into your symbolic home through technology, because everything's a portal, things like that, reflecting on. So what I'm getting from this is it's a need to kind of purge and cleanse the energy around you, or making sure that when you're going into certain spaces that you are energetically protected before you get ready to share a home space with someone, or even the overall energy around of who you're cohabitating with. So for some of you, you need to have talks about your plans for, you know, future cohabitation, like what is on your mind. Some of you, you may want to consider like moving and having an upgrade, and maybe making plans for that and how you're going to manifest it. For some of you, and again, that could be for home, for work, for both, for vacation, you know, going to visit a place for a short period of time and being there, you know. For some of you, this could be a need to have talks about like the duties at home, and like needing, maybe there's a need to have more balance in terms of the load, the workload, or the effort, or whatever it might be. That needs to be talked about as well for a lot of people in the second week of June. Also, I just heard them say some of you need to be more mindful of who you're letting live in your head, in your mind, who is cohabitating the space with the space and the energy in your mind. So for some of you, like if you are letting somebody live in your mind who you know, isn't treating you right, that doesn't deserve that space, they don't deserve that mental space, time to kick them out. Time to kick them out. Don't let them live in your mind rent free. Also, bodies of water is coming up. So for some of you, there's a need to go and spend time near the water. It's naturally cleansing, naturally purging. For others of you, you need to take spiritual baths or spiritual showers, you know, because water is healing. It's a water is here. It's the same water from the beginning of time that we use still. So it holds memory and messages and information from the start of time, because it's recycled over and over and over. You know, I can't think of the scientific term of, you know, rain and how it works. Oh yeah, it rains down from the clouds and then it evaporates back up, and the same cycle over and over and over from the beginning of time. So, you know, working with water and setting intentions before you take a bath to either heal or to cleanse or to manifest, or same thing with the shower, to let whatever you want to program to come over you, or to wash away from the past. Things like that is great for the second week of June. For some of you, you may also want to program your drinking water. Cheers. With an intention to, again, heal, manifest, or to cleanse, purification. Some of you may need to fast. I'm currently fasting right now. I'm on day 3 of a 3-day fast. That's why I'm drinking so much alkaline water. Some of you may need to do that to clear out the toxins from the inside and out, from the inside out. Your message here is spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean, to recharge your batteries. Naturally cleansing. Also, so we had a lot of cards that came out for week 2 tarot. I see justice. So if some of you have some legal matters or contracts or commitments or opportunities that you need to handle, it's the time to do so. For some of you, this is about like karmic justice coming to fruition. So not to worry about other people and what they do, because the universe is going to take care of things. Like, and that's not like in a threatening way or anything like that. It's just that, you know, what's for you will be for you. Everything in life is a lesson. So there's no need to waste your time, or maybe that's back to like who you're letting live rent free in your head, cohabitating in your mind, basically, that doesn't need to be there. Stop giving that your attention, because the universe has its plans. So, you know, your blessings will come, especially when you stop worrying about other people and what they've got going on. So justice will prevail is what they just said, I think. So Also, getting your life back into balance, using your best judgment and discernment before making decisions moving forward so that you don't have to pay certain consequences later. Reflecting on past decisions, what you learned from them, so that you don't repeat same cycles and patterns over and over, so you don't have to keep having to pay the consequences, things like that. That energy is coming through as well the second week. And I just heard, just know that the universe has your back. Also, second week of June, 5 of Wands, there is still some stress, some obstacles to overcome, some annoying things coming to the surface that you have to deal with, that you have to work through. Maybe that's why there's a need to recharge your batteries and do the purification with water, however you choose to use that, then do so. Oh, and this goddess, going backwards real quick. So from week 1, the goddess was Nimitona. I might mispronounce that, but back to the week I'm currently on, week 2, it is Solace goddesses with us. So you may, if you're curious about them, you may want to work with them for those weeks. But still, again, sorry to get you guys off track. We're still on week 2. 10 of Wands energy. So you guys are carrying, there's this energy of burdens and pressure, or things that need to be released, things that you need to get off your back, things that you need to stop carrying, that need to be let go a long time ago. So for some of you, this is a mental state of things that you've been carrying within your mind, a heavy load that needs to be released. For some of you, it's emotions that you're still holding on to that needs to be released. For some of you, it's a job that you should have moved on from a long time ago. For some of you, it's a relationship, a connection that you're still holding on to and attached to. It's only weighing you down. Let it go. For some of you, this could be, when I say relationships, that could be romantic, friendship, family, etc. And for some of you, you're doing too much. You're carrying all the load yourself, trying to do it all, not asking for help. It's okay to ask for help. This person is just trying to get home. You see their home back here. Just trying to make it to the town, to the village, trying to make it home so they can finally relax. And that's kind of the energy coming through, like, I just want to get home, I'm tired. So allow yourself time to rest if you need to. Also, 10 of Cups energy. So you are supported, you have support, you have family around you. Whether that's blood family, whether that's chosen family, like friendships or community or soul family, or whether that's your spirit team, your ancestors, you have support around you. For some of you, this is an energy to spend more time with family, to reconnect with loved ones, whether that's, again, whoever you consider close to you, friends, family, soul times, partnerships. Reconnect with the people you love. It's the time to do that. Enjoy. For some of you, this is about starting family. So for some of you, you may find out about pregnancy, whether it's you finding out you're pregnant, your partner getting pregnant, or whether it's somebody in your life that's close to you, you're finding out they're pregnant, or maybe you're considering starting a family and like beginning to mentally prepare for what that would look like in the future. That is coming through. For some of you, you may be visiting your childhood home or family that makes you remember like what it's like to be a kid and the history there. For some of you, you may be connecting back to childlike things, doing some inner child work, doing things that make you happy and just give you that nostalgia feeling. I've been watching a lot of movies I used to watch that made me happy as a kid. And what was funny was I started watching those, and then I was watching a podcast and they mentioned Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast, and those just happened to be the ones I was watching. And I was like, wow, spirit is amazing. I love synchronicity. You can't make this stuff up. And I also like going back and watching those kinds of movies now. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent, you guys. I like going back and watching these movies now and interpreting them from a spiritual perspective. But yeah, going into week 3. I just realized I don't have a tarot card for week 3, so let's do that real quick. There we go. So, purification for week 3, kind of continuing on from the previous message about water. Week 3 is a good time to purify. It's a good time to detox your timeline. So, I just heard Spirit say. So, unfollow the people, anyone and everyone that you may be secretly envious or jealous of, until your self-love is at the point that it should be, that you no longer feel that way and you can just give people their props. You may want to unfollow or mute them while you work on yourself to figure out why that is. For some of you, you may want to detox your timeline, unfollow or mute or block those that have caused pain to you, toxic connections, toxic relationships, energy vampires, people that just don't feed your spirit and it's just very low vibrational or matrix fear-based surface level energy, things like that. Try to keep things to only seeing things that inspire you or that feed your spirit or feed your soul. For some of you, this purification is taking a break from watching certain things or listening to certain things. For some of you, this purification is setting up boundaries between yourself and people, like saying knowing that it's okay to say no. For some of you, this purification is, again, going on some sort of a fast or a detox or starting an exercise program to help yourself out, mind, body, spirit. For some of you, this purification is no longer giving something your time, attention, your energy that doesn't deserve it. So and again, for some of you, this could be like needing to actually go make sure that you're getting your health checked out, to make sure that things are good so that you can get that off your mind, or so that you can work on whatever needs to be worked on. But purification is coming through. And also, of course, some of you, this is energy cleansing, spiritual cleansing. Because when I saw this rainbow skirt here, I just thought of like Reiki vibes. So you may want to go and get some Reiki done from an energy worker that you trust. The message here is it's time for a cleansing, detoxification of your body and mind. And I'll add spirit as well. This goddess is Coventina, and she's around that week. So you may want to look into her. Other obligations is also coming up for week 3 of June. So you need to, again, this together, you need to purify what is not a priority so that you can focus on the other obligations that need to be taken care of first. You know, some of you have things out of order. For some of you, like, you're spinning over here when really this needs to be done first and foremost so that everything else can begin to flow. Like, handle the business you've been putting off. For some of you, like, take that as a symbol for however you want to take it. Handle the business that you've been putting off so that everything else can fall into place. Like, reorganize your priorities. And also, something is coming, because I see the messages of it's coming in divine timing. So something, maybe some of you, it's something you're expecting or manifesting. For some of you, this is unexpected, but it does feel to be something good, because if you're purifying what needs to be purified in week 3, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, or physically, and handling your business, then the positive breakthroughs, whether it comes the way that you're expecting or the way that universe chooses to bring it to you, that's in your highest good. If you can do that, know that it's coming in divine timing, not on your timing, not on the timing that you think you want, but it's coming in divine timing, which is the best timing. And the 8 of Wands. And I feel for some of you, this is going to be unexpected. Either the timing it comes when you're not expecting it, an unexpected timing, or for some of you, it comes fast or like in more abundance than you even could have imagined. And abundance could be money, it could be support, it could be love, it could be abundance of ideas, inspiration, creativity, it could be abundance of spiritual messages, spiritual downloads, whatever it is, it's all hitting. So it could be coming at unexpected times, or it could be coming from unexpected sources or happening in unexpected ways. And if you don't see it exactly in week 3, because week 3 is more about the purification process, then it's letting you know that the purification is happening so that this can come. And for some of you, it's probably all going. For some of you, select group of you, you may begin to see bits and pieces of each of these things in week 3 of June. Sorry if I feel like I'm gonna hurry up through week 4, because like I said, I'm fasting right now, so I can feel the energy right now. My energy kind of going away a little bit, but I'm gonna push through and finish this real quick for y'all. I'm doing my purification early. All right, so week 4, we have endings and beginnings with the goddess Kali. I really like Kali. I've met her a few times. She's pretty dope. Okay, Kali, her energy is around week 4, and also third eyes wide open. A lot of you are going to be seeing with your mind's eye and seeing the truth of things despite what things appear to be on the surface. For some of you, you're not going to just believe whatever people are feeding you, but you're going to look deeper. Also, you know, some of you may be experiencing ascension symptoms, and I have a video up about that on my YouTube as well. Due to this, your mind's eye being so strong, so powerful, and seeing clearly. Some of you are tapping into your own psychic ability and learning about that, or it enhancing. And some of you may be seeking like psychic readings for further help because you are going through a transitional period from endings to beginnings. So, and you may just need some guidance along that process along the way. And just remembering that psychic readings, if you are seeking them, they're a navigation tool so that you can use your own discernment to make the best choices for yourself. They're not the end all be all. They don't define your future. They only can help you with each step along the way, basically. The message here is the old must be released so that the new can enter. The old must be released so that the new can enter. So it's still that June is all that purification process, retrograde energy, returning to core issues, core source, so that you can purify it, cleanse it, and so that the new can come in the divine timing that we've been talking about. And even within all of this, going back to the original message of making sure that you're acting from true love, or seeing if something is or is not true love, or continuing to develop and nurture true love between you and yourself, between you and a partner, between you and your passions, your career, your purpose, however you want to take that. There's also the message of take the hint. I see, oh, next to that is not your time. So take the hint, it's not your time. So for some of you, closed doors are a blessing. It's something you need to hear. If something didn't go the way you thought it would, or isn't working out exactly how you expected it to, take the hint that wasn't for you at that time, but something better is coming. Something even more amazing will come through the birth of it, of that ending. Comes a new beginning. So a closed door is actually a step forward, or something like a rejection or something not working out how you thought you wanted to, or that you were attached to at first, is actually a step forward, because it's teaching you what not to do anymore, or like how to level up, how to become better, how to further succeed. For some of you, you need to take the hint that there's a change that needs to happen, whether that change is leaving a job, or whether that change is looking for a new opportunity, whether that change is starting a new job or hobby or career path, or create a project and acting on that inspiration. And Spirit is saying, take the hint we've been trying to show you for the longest time ever. For some of you, this is a message of you in a relationship you're trying to create with a specific person, or maybe an opportunity. It's not your time. That's why the door closed, or like somebody keeps trying to close the door. The universe is trying to close the door. So take the hint before it gets slammed shut and it ends up being even more hurtful than it needed to be. But for some of you, maybe you need that. Maybe you have to have that happen in order to finally get it. Some of you need that harsh reality check because you haven't been taking the hint. And for others of you, this is like, it's still the energy of like, take the hint, but maybe the hints that you're getting are like inspiration that's coming through, spiritual downloads of messages coming through, or maybe it's the hint of like, you know, seeing positive synchronicities and signs, and that maybe now is not the time, it's not your time yet, but you just feel and you know that it's coming because you're still in the process of endings to beginnings. You're still in the transformation process, but it's coming, you know, however you want to take that, however it resonates with you. And the Eight of Pentacles is coming up. So, and I just saw 888 pop up on my screen. Oh, I got a notification for our podcast for the Bridge Between 888. That's our handle. And that popped up. So I saw 888 as soon as I said Eight of Pentacles. So funny. So Eight of Pentacles for week 4 of June. For some of you, this is continue to work on rebuilding yourself. some of you are rebuilding your image. Some of you are rebuilding a brand. Some of you are putting energy and effort into revamping or rebuilding your career path. For some of you are trying to rebuild a relationship or a connection, however it is. It's a time to do the work, because it's gonna take effort. It's not gonna just happen. Like the transformation you're going through, it's gonna take effort. It's gonna take work. It's going to take you doing research if you have to, you doing the self work if you have to, shadow work if you need to. Kali is a goddess who comes forward a lot, or at least the times that she's come through to me when I'm doing shadow work on myself. So do the work, go deep, so that you can build and become stronger, so that you can make the goals happen, make the dreams happen. For some of you, you may if you've been putting your all into something and you're not seeing anything back in return, it may be time to allow that ending, so that that new beginning can come through as a breakthrough. And again, for some of you, you just need the reminder that you're putting in the work, you're putting in the effort. It may not be your time just yet, but it's going to come in divine timing. So take the hint that your inspiration, your intuition is telling you that it's not your time yet, but if you keep true to the work and putting in the effort, it will come and pay off in divine timing, in abundance, because 8 is also a number of abundance. And for some of you too, you're still trying to repair something that's been a similar cycle for a long time, that's not progressing and it's causing you pain, because 8 is also a number of karmic cycles in the infinity. So for some of you, you have to take the hint in terms of stop putting in so much effort, because it's not your time, and it's time to relax. Time to relax and pull back and stop doing, to let the universe show you what new beginning lies ahead once you finally allow any closure to anything that's been trying to close or needs to close for some time. So again, take what part of that, all of that resonates with you, release what doesn't, because this is a general message. So if you do want to book a personal reading with me, the information where you can go to do that is down below, but in the description. And if this resonated with you, or you feel called to, you can always tip if you want by buying me a coffee. That information is below in the description as well. Don't forget to comment below if you choose to, how this resonates with you, or maybe you want to come back after June, after you've re-listened to everything, and let me know how it played out. You can do that if you choose to, like how it hit for you. Subscribe, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.